Hi everyone and happy Saturday. It is the 5th of February and this is Katie Carney's Stitching and Flosstube number 58. I hope that you are all well and staying warm. We have had awful weather here in Scranton. We had a ice storm. It rained all day Thursday. It was in the mid to high 30s and it rained and rained and rained and rained. And then at about 6:30 Friday morning, 6:30, it switched over to ice, and it iced and iced and iced and iced and iced all day long. I did go to work. I got there safely and I got home safely, thank God. I only live about 4 miles from work, and luckily, because the change had just happened when I was getting ready to leave, I was able to get there safely, and then I just took it really slow on the way home. I just spent 45 minutes or an hour chopping with a metal shovel, trying to get the ice off the sidewalk. I had put ice melt down in the morning, and then I let the sun kind of do its thing, and then I did the best I could. So the metal shovel we have was in my grandmother's trunk, and it's only like, I don't know, 3 feet. So I was bent over at the waist, chopping. And I came in and had an orange and a punchki, and I couldn't stand back up. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to cross stitch this afternoon because my arms and my hands from the banging and the reverberation, they really hurt. So we'll see. Might just be a lay in bed kind of day, but it does make a good day to record. Yesterday was Mark's and my 5th anniversary. We've been together for 5 wonderful years now. We were supposed to, he was going to come here and I was going to get takeout from our favorite place, because I'm not really going out much right now. And with the ice, we did not. My grandmother and I had frozen pizza for dinner, which was delicious. But we're going to do that tonight. We rescheduled. The sun is out. The ice is melting. It's cold. It's only like 12 degrees, but the sun is warm. So there's that. Anyway, happy anniversary to Mark and I. This is not the first time we've had to cancel because of weather on our anniversary. That'll teach us to start dating at the beginning of February. Anyway, let's get to it. So, speaking of Mark's and my anniversary, I usually make him something, and I wasn't going to this year. And then on Monday, I was like, maybe I should, because I usually make him something. So, like, I've made him a sweater, I made him a hat, and then last year I made him a small that said, grow old with me, the best is yet to be, and I put the year we started dating, and then I kept it. When we get married someday, we'll put it in our house. So this year, I decided to do the same thing. But then I was having some sewing machine issues, which I'll talk about in a bit. And so I ended up framing what I made. This is what I was going to use for the pillow. So if I do turn it into a pillow, I will use this. So this is the little boot stitch. And this is called Love. And I added little glasses to the mouse. And so Mark, and then I put a 22 here, which is probably backwards for all of you. Mark always gets me, like, he got me a sheep sweater for Easter in 2020. I think it was 2020. Last year he got me their little calico critter bunnies. For Christmas he got me wool socks that had sheep on them. He got me reindeer one year for Christmas that are like Christmas decorations. So he always gets me a critter. So this was perfect. So anyway, I started this and I finished it on either Monday or Tuesday. I think Monday. It was very quick. The mice were supposed to be B5200. I changed it to gray. This is one of the grays in the DMCs. They came out with the 1 through 35. This is one of those grays. It called for DMC 321 for the red, which I pulled, and then I was like, oh, that is kind of garish for me. That's not my thing. So this is actually a Gentle Arts, I think it was Gentle Arts, Concord, some sort of grape. It's just a light pink. And then the inside of the ear is the called for, the two greens are the called for, and obviously I used Anchor Black because I had it out. So, very cute. And then the fabric is, this is what the model looked like. So, probably because my printer's almost out of color ink, I didn't notice how red it was because it looked kind of prim to me, and that's a look I prefer. The fabric I used is, sorry, it's a DMC 14 count printed Ada that I had in stash. I actually really like this Ada, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, and this was perfect. So, a little anniversary gift that you are all seeing, because obviously I did not see Mark last night. Although, again, I'm pretty sure, one, that I am going to turn it into a pillow and use this. But that's a future Katie problem. So that was my FFO for the last 2 weeks. And then I did have a finish, and that was Cottage Needleworks. And this is the January monthly sampler. I am using the DMC conversion. Here's the colors for January. I don't think I showed this to you finished. So those are the colors. And then I just have to add beads for the eyes on the snowman. But do I have a piece of white paper? No, I don't. Oh, here we go. So there it is. So that's January done. When I finish the small I'm currently working on, I will start February. And we'll see where I get. I do want to finish them in the month within which they are corresponding with, but we'll see. We shall see. No stress in cross stitch. I say no stress in cross stitch, but I only kind of mean it because, you know, I stress about everything. Next, I did have a start on this week on the Halloween Town. I am doing these separately. I copied off Michelle McGraw, and I'm currently doing this third house. And I keep these because I work on these at work. These are all in, well, this project is in this Bitsy Biggie by Kelly Stadola, and it works out really well because the floss I put the colors here and the floss is in there with a pair of scissors, and then I just put my scraps here, an extra needle. I always try to carry 2 needles. And then the pattern is there. And then here's what I have so far. So again, with the cutting of the fabric, so much waste, but we'll get there. So this is 14 count murky. Hang on, let me move the needle so you can actually see what I've done. So this is on 14 count murky with the DMC conversion. This is just a day or two. I did not start this. Usually I start my smalls for about an hour at home. This one I didn't. And then a couple days, this work has been really, really busy. So a couple days at work, I didn't even take a lunch, much less stitch. So there's that started. Hopefully when I see you in 2 weeks, that'll be done. Or 3 weeks, 2 or 3, whenever I come back. I would assume it will be. Work should slow down a little bit this week. We are COVID test. We were doing twice weekly rapid testing of all the staff and then some of the sisters. And then we ran out of rapids, and there's no more rapids to get because the government sent everybody 4. Because we were getting them from the state and they don't have any more. So now we are doing the PCR testing through the state, and it is a much more complicated process, and the director of nursing has been out, so I have been running that program, and it is all encompassing, and I do still have other responsibilities. So work has been really crazy. The COVID testing, the part that I'm doing, which is like the registering people and making sure everything's ready to go and being out and doing, like, I get the, I prepare the vial and the nurse does the test, and then I make sure it gets picked up by the courier and the whole thing. That's the kind of work I like. I like feeling needed. So it's been good. Hard work, but very good. So anyway, those are my finishes and my small, and I have been doing much more. So I think I've told you that my grandmother moved downstairs and I took her old bedroom, and her bedroom this was always kind of like my sitting room, and what was my bedroom is now just my clothes, which were already in there, and then like my fabric is all in there. So just trying to, use the space to the best of my ability. I do wish that I could do like floor to ceiling bookcases, but we can't in our house because of the fact that it's not level. But anyway, her room, you can see, so there's paneling. They did paneling throughout the house. It's all different colors. So the paneling in here is a very light blonde. The paneling in where I used to sleep, and so it's 3 walls in here and then a popcorn wall that is like a rose color. In the back bedroom, it's 3 walls of more of it's very yellow, brown paneling. I hate it. And then another dusty rose wall. Her bedroom has this god-awful teal carpet, which turns out has several holes in it. My grandfather, I guess, wanted to replace it, and then he had the audacity to go and pass away 14 years ago. So that needs to be replaced, and I will replace it before the end of the year. I want to pay off my car first. But there's very light, like so light blue paneling in there. And then there was a wall of wallpaper, or she calls it's thicker than wallpaper. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, it was coming down. So I took it down last week. And I ordered wallpaper from Wayfair. It's peel and stick. It's currently got my hair all over it. Let's see if you can see. It came yesterday. So it's navy blue with these pretty, like, roses and peonies. So that's the wallpaper for one wall. If anybody knows how to do wallpaper peel and stick, leave me a comment. I need help. So that's a big job coming up. And then Lady of the Flat, so that's going to be one wall, the wall that I sleep facing. I had to go with a blue background because the paneling is light blue, so I couldn't go with anything that was white. It had to be blue. So that's why I picked that. And then the bed, and behind it is going to be Lady of the Flag. She's got a piece there right now that I don't love. It's a print of something. It's not my style. Lady of the Flag will go there. And then on the bed, I have a Dusty Rose duvet, and then I'm going to do, I copied Stitching with the Sisterlies. She made the Lincoln quilt, and I have a whole bunch of like Civil War reproduction fabric. And so this will, I just decorate with the quilt. So anyway, this will be on the bed. And that's what it'll look like when it's done. And so I started it last week, and I got the first 3 of so many blocks done. So there's the first block. And then here's the first one I did, which I messed up, but what are you going to do? You guys know I'm not stressing. It's for me. This is for me. And then here's the third, which actually went the best. So I'm going with a like very subtle red, white, and blue theme. So Lady of the Flag is obviously red, white, and blue. The wallpaper is blue and the paneling is light blue, so the quilt will be more red. The next two colors that I'm working on will be these two. And hopefully that'll be this weekend. But this is for a queen size bed. It's very big. So I don't know if I'm actually going to make it that big. But it calls for 28 of these, which I'm doing first, and 28 of these, and that's a lot. And I don't have enough fabric yet. I'm going to have to get some more. If anybody has any Civil War reproduction red or blue fabric that they'd like to pass along, let me know. So yeah, that's that. And then because I have the quilt that I want to work on, which I need to do, another 53 blocks for, and I have the wallpaper, which needs to go up. That's a future, I don't know when I'm going to do that. I need to get Lady the Flag done. So that has really lit a fire under me, which I really needed, because although I keep saying I'm going to finish her, I don't. So here is my Mirabilia Lady of the Flag, who lives in a bag so that she's protected. And I got a lot done. So I am working on my two big pieces. I'm working on them until they're done. And then I'm working on Lady of the Flag and Consider the Lilies. And here is my gorgeous Lady of the Flag, who I showed you guys 2 weeks ago, and wait till you see. I did get a lot done. So I'll show you her big in a second. She's so big. There we go. So I did the rest of this down here, all of this, because I think I was to the R. So, and then the Krynic is there, except remember I'm using DMC Diamante. And then I went up here, and then I had done to here. So I connected all of this. So now all that's left is here. Like just this. It's about 6,000 stitches. And then I have to go back through and do the rest of the Krynic, obviously. And I have to do the beading. But I think she'll be done by Easter, I would say, is a safe bet. So there she is with me behind her. I'm sure you're tired of looking at her, but she is beautiful. So much work. But I think she's very subtle. Obviously she's not subtle, but she will be like the patriotic part of the red, white, and blue. I didn't know what I was going to do with her, which was part of the reason that there wasn't a huge push, like I have to finish. But by having a plan for her, I definitely want to get it done. But anyway, I'm pleased with all that work I did. So when I finish the current part of Consider the Lilies that I'm working on, which won't take long, I will pick this back up. So there she is. And I think I'm just going to go to Hobby Lobby to have it framed. They did such a great job with my Shire piece that I think I'm going to trust them again. Okay, so that was what I worked on until January 30th. So yeah, I finished working on that on Sunday the 30th, and then the 31st, I did the small for Mark, and then on the 1st, I pulled Consider the Lilies back out. So this is my Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Sampler. I'm doing this as a stitch along with Michelle McGraw, made by Michelle McGraw, and Sarah from Sarah K Stitches. It's 24 pages, so for the first year, I did a page a month, and then I made a horrible error. Not horrible, it's not the end of the world, but now I'm breaking it up differently. So, as you know, last month in January, I finished the entire border, and then my plan this month is to do the letters. So, this is another really big one. Let me stand up. The actual line is all done. And now I have started the letters, and I think I'll probably finish the letters this weekend. I did do this. This took like 2 days to finish up, and I will probably do this also before I put it away for the month. So I should have then, when this is done, 2.5 weeks to work on Lady the Flag. And then when this is done in March, I'm going to work on all of this. I'm going to finish this line above, and then in April, I'm going to do the house. So there's my Consider the Lilies. She is on 36 count Winter's Brew with the called for fancy floss. Lady of the Flag, I'm sorry, is on 30 count, I think it's Primitive Hair, maybe, Constitution fabric with the called for DMC, and the I subbed in the Diamant instead of Krynic. So that's my stitching currently. I do plan to start my next sampler. This is February, so I'll start this when I finish my other small, and it'll be on 16 count Cream Ada. And then what else do I have to show you? Oh, I got 2 more of my Nutcracker Village from Cottage Needleworks. So I got the Chinese Tea Room and the Sugar Plum Sweet Shop. And then my other bit of haul. So I have 2 sewing machines. I have my grandmother's, and then I have a Confidence quilter that someone gave me. And the singer had been in her closet, and a cat, I'm pretty sure, had puked on it. It was in rough shape. So my friend Susie cleaned it. I paid her to clean it because I was like, I can't vomit. But she didn't do the foot, which is fine. Well, the pedal it's never really worked. Well, it's because there's vomit in there. And on Sunday when I was quilting, it really, really wouldn't work. And I was like, well, I've got to be able to buy a pedal. So I bought one on Amazon this week. It was like $25. And fingers crossed, tomorrow when I plug it in, that it works. And I have a excellently working sewing machine to make that quilt. Because I was like, it like wouldn't go, so then you'd have to press all the way down and play with the cord, and then it would go. So yeah, that's I think all the haul I have, because I bought bedding and wallpaper instead of cross-stitch stuff for once. Anyway, I hope that you're all well and you're staying warm and safe and not having a heart attack from shoveling ice, and I will see you in a few weeks. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.